you are well attached. Yeah. The word before taking off. Allez, so let's go. Allez, see the summit. Go. Continue to run. Ah, let's go. Welcome in the air.
Yes! Wow!
How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel carried and elevated.
So you see how close we can be to the nature on the cliff?
Yes, it's a great way to talk about nature. Huh?
So Hubi, you are the global leader of climate and sustainability at BCG. Can you tell me why BCG decided to become the leader on these issues?
We felt that this is the most challenging topic, the topic that is most important for society, the topic that will transform industries. And since we want to work on the topics that are most important for the world, we decided to become the leader many years ago. In BCG, everything is driven by the passion of individuals. Yeah? So 20 years ago, we had our first initiatives around sustainability, and people were driving it, people were passionate. Our former CEO, Rich Lesser, took it as a prime drive for his CEO tenure to drive that topic. And in a way, we stand on the shoulders of these people who have early on taken it because they've seen the importance of it and the impact we can have in the world.
And I was wondering, how do you act concretely on these thematics at a worldwide level?
So what we do is we support some of the biggest global companies to become net zero. And to do that, it obviously starts with measuring where they are, but then most importantly for us, it's to define the strategy, to define the solution, to understand where to go, and how to do that in a way that gives them competitive advantage in the future, and to really understand how do they need to change their business model, not just reduce some of the levers when it comes to CO2 and other nature dimensions. It's really the competitive advantage, and they need to rethink their positioning from beginning to end with us, and that's really interesting to do.
So what I really like with the BCG is that you have a lot of power in terms of impact on this subject of climate and sustainability, since you advise a lot of public and private decision makers, and you can really influence them to put in place the right solutions and to scale up these solutions at a worldwide level.
Yes, absolutely. It's the combination of policy making and company level strategy, but it's also along the industry value chains. So it's not that individual companies can make a huge difference alone. It's really to build coalitions, sometimes even with competitors, which is different to any other topics we've seen, which is really important to change the whole ecosystem towards a net zero path.
Yeah, and why do you act on these thematics, on climate and sustainability, you personally?
So I feel passionate, I mean, I love nature. I try to be in the nature with my 4 kids. And if you're a father of kids, you also feel that you have an obligation to them. We all have an obligation to the next generation going forward. But my kids are continuously showing me how important it is.
Maybe do you want to invite some other climate leaders to do a paragliding flight interview?
That's a great idea. I think if you have a view like this, the purpose of sustainability is evident. And even if you don't feel like flying, I will invite all of them to a vertigo up here just to see the nature, to see what we can preserve.
And maybe do you have a last word for us?
Well, my deep belief is the future is in our hands. My life is in your hands, but the future is in our hands. We can find the solutions if we want. I'm very optimistic.